What's up, everybody? This is Urzio99, and since I found a couple today, I'm going to do a little bit on wormholes. Wormholes are a randomly occurring phenomenon that can take you to other parts of space, even other systems. This one, for example, goes to null security space. It can take you to other parts of HiSec, or in the case of the other one, to wormhole space, or W space. Now this one is getting fairly old, and it has been used, but not in a major way. Now I'm in a CovOps, so I'm not going to take a lot of its mass, but I am curious to see where it goes. And you can see the designator V283. One of the best ways to get information on a wormhole is a site known as Static Mapper. You can get this kind of information, jumpable mass. Now, this is a fairly large wormhole, 3 billion kilograms, and 1 billion maximum passable, so not too shabby. So I'm going to go ahead and approach. Now you can tell how heavy your ship is by this indication here. As you can see, I'm 1,430 tons, so I'm not really going to mess with the mass of the wormhole. Just jump through. Now this goes to null security space, so I'm going to be exposed. And I am in Innsmother. Interesting. I remember a solar fleet, probably a cloaky camper. And we're back in K-Space, or rather we're back in, you can see, Aurora. So that's the nullsec wormhole. These can be kind of a windfall because they can connect anywhere. When I lived in Declan, I was able to move an Orca into my Alliance's space because I found a wormhole that connected to nullsec about 6 jumps from where my Orca was stored. So considering it would have been like 25 jumps through nullsec otherwise, consider that quite the windfall. Now there's another type of wormhole that goes to actual wormhole space. And wormhole space is pretty unusual part of the game, even for a guy who lived in nullsec. It's a lot different, a lot more dangerous in wormhole space, but the rewards are definitely there. As you can see, this is the wormhole. Pull up the browser again. Static Mapper will look up this Here we go, X702. Goes to Class 3 wormhole space. Not as big as the other one that went to nullsec, only total mass of 1 million kilograms, or 1 billion. So, a little bit smaller. Now, in wormhole space, there are no stations, there is no sovereignty, there is no local. So, paranoia is a way of life. If you intend to explore one, I strongly recommend you equip a ship that has a covert ops cloaking device. And we'll see where we get vacuumed off to. We're going to align somewhere. And we're going to cloak up. Now, first rule of wormholes. Always, 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 always bookmark the wormhole you came in. As you can see, there are no gates. Alright, we have 4 cosmic signatures on the scanner. I'm going to turn up. Ooh. We may have some people in this wormhole. I'm fairly safe. They're not going to jack with me in this situation. They may know I'm here already, but let's see what Static Macro can tell us about this. Here we go. Six planets, 58 moons. Does not appear to be any system effects. That's another way that wormholes are different. Some of them have special effects that vary in strength depending on the class of the wormhole. They can be very, very powerful. Okay, planet 6 is out of D-scan range. There is a control tower nearby. We can sneak around and poke at people, and I'll show you a little bit on how to do that. Okay, what we're going to do, essentially, is turn on our targeting camera. We're going to narrow the angle. Let's see if we can't find this control tower. There's a force field, mark control tower. I've bookmarked the hole, so I should be okay in that regard. I can warp around here cloaked with impunity, and they really can't do anything about it. I'm more interested in finding out where that control tower is. Let's try 3. As you can see, I'm just going for the different angles, seeing if I can spot anything out. Okay, looks like Planet 5 is where they're at. Starting to wonder if they're here at all. So, as you can see, they are around. They've got ships out. So now living in a wormhole is pretty difficult for most people. Like, there are no stations, there are no most of the creature comforts people take for granted just don't exist. living out of a control tower, and it's basically like the camping trip from hell. Now this group appears to be fairly active because there are no anomalies in this system, only these scannable sites. Okay. So, pull up the map view. Now some of these sites can be fairly difficult to scan out, but I am in a co-ops with Sister's probes, so there shouldn't be too big a deal. The thing is, I will tip them off if I try and scan in here, because the probes will show up on their directional scanners. Because as you can see, local is empty. It's always empty in wormholes, unless you talk. If I were to say, you know, is anyone out there, it would show it, and my name would show up on the list. And then they'd know someone was here. Which is why you don't talk in local, in wormholes especially. You don't talk in local in nullsec, but you definitely don't talk in local in wormholes, because you give yourself away. And that is why I insisted on bringing a ship with a covert ops cloak. So, I am tempted to see what kind of setup these guys have. If I listed a response, I guess I listed a response. Okay, looks like I may have found another wormhole right off the bat. And the people who live in wormholes tend to be very good at scanning, because the mechanic is so essential to their survival. Now you will find a lot of wormholes in wormholes because there are no gates. So depending on where you're at and the specific statics that a W space system has, you could end up with a lot of potential static. You could end up with a lot of potential wormholes in one system at one time. And that may be why I'm running into so many cosmic signatures, because all these are wormholes. Oh, you bastard. Actually lost signal on that. You see what I mean, though, about the skill required. Oh, deviation. This one's proven to be quite the hassle. I guess all that time doing high-sec scanning has made me soft. There we go. Now, because I'm cloaked and I've bookmarked this wormhole, I'm going to go warp to this wormhole. You can see there we have another wormhole type, U210. Now this one goes to low sec, supposedly. Show info. Leads to low security space. Not too shabby. We may sit on this one and see where it leads. Okay, looks like I got two sites here. Now wormhole scanning is on par with nullsec scanning, but it can be more difficult in the higher class wormholes. Okay, looks like both these are gas sites. That would be cool. I'll be able to show you, maybe I should even show you a gas site before we leave. Try to focus on scanning down one of these. Yeah. And this is, if you really don't like the scanning system, you will not be happy in wormholes. As this mainly demonstrates. A bountiful frontier reservoir. Very nice. Let's focus on getting this other site. Okay. Oh, killing me here. Killing me. I think I'm just going to focus on this other scan site. I'm running out of patience. Okay. I'll warp to the gas site while I'm doing this. Fullerite is a solid state modification of fullerene molecules, make your natural gas clouds. Okay. I'm here very cloaked. There is one harvestable gas cloud. Fullerite C28. Now, the danger of gas clouds is they are protected by sleepers. And at the rate we're going, there may not be any actual sleeper sites available in this place. They may not consider the gas worth their time to harvest. Now the salvage from sleepers, as well as the artifacts you'll find in the data and relic sites in WSpace, and these particular gas clouds, these items are put together along with the reverse engineering mechanic to create the Tech 3 cruisers. These fullerites are combined with certain materials to create hybrid polymers, and long story short, they're used along with the salvage to create hybrid components, which are used with blueprints found in reverse engineering to make the blueprint copies used for Tech 3. Now I'm gonna go try this low sec exit out, see where it spits me out. Little different design there. Kind of reddish. Maybe it'll spit us out in Mimitar space. I was right. I was right. Mimitar space. As you can see, the other side of a wormhole, it says K162. Okay, we've had enough fun. I will say that the main danger in wormholes, besides other holers, is sleepers. They are very dangerous. But the salvage that they drop, the other rare items that drop off them, make them very valuable. Wormholers are some of the richest individual players in the game. Get back to K-Space. Alright. And that, as they say, is that. Maybe we'll do a little bit more jaunts in NW space some other time. Usually you have to have a crew to do that, so maybe someday. But that should do it for me. I'm Original99, and I'll see you next time. And I'll see you next time. And I'll see you next time.